Good evening, buonasera, everybody. So today we have the WandaVision episode 8 review, and we have, as Robert said before, a full house. We have so many friends here in the back, so it's going to be so awesome. But I need my comic gaming girl sister, of course. Where's the goddamn intro? Here it is. Gabby!
What's up, everybody?
How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm a bit hyperactive. So, I've made a mistake in previous episode because I kept saying special guest, but of course he is our goddamn third co-host. I'm of course talking about the Godfather. Hello.
Hello, my wonderful lovelies. It's so freaking awesome week.
Senor Roberto, how are you doing?
I'm excited and happy all at once.
His mutant queen.
Of it.
Oh my goodness. And we have two more guests. We have royalty from England, and we have Mr. I Got 5 Comics, of course. But let's start with royalty from England. It's Simys Art. I don't have an intro. I'm very sorry, but here we go, girl.
Hi.
Yay! How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually very excited, so that's good.
We are. And of course, Freaky Louie, I Got 5 Comics.
Hello, true believers. Hello, Federation Domination.
Hello, Louie. How are you doing?
Possum.
Awesome possum. That's its trademark. So the episode is called Previously On. Ooh. So if we have to grade it, I would give it a 7.5 / an 8.
8.
What about you?
I'll give it 8.
Yeah? What about you, Gabby?
I'll give it an 8.
Robert?
Louis first.
Louis?
I think 9.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm generous.
Robert will give it a 5.5.
I'm not gonna break this curve.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry. I waited too long for all this to happen, and what we've seen this week, I'm giving it a 10.
Nice.
Whoa!
Perfecto.
Nice.
Perfect. See?
Went the opposite this week.
A 10. All right.
I'll tell you why later.
But in this episode, we basically see a recap, and we get to see what we already knew, of course, if you've seen the movies, that Wanda is tremendously traumatized with everything that she's been through. I guess we already talked about it on the first few episodes, that her going back in time with those sitcoms is like how we see how life is supposed to be. Now we see that she's a big sitcom fan. And Agatha takes her through all these episodes and stages in her life to figure out how Wanda created all of this, because at the end, Agatha basically reveals that Wanda's magical power is very, very dangerous, and that she is the Scarlet Witch.
I finally said it.
It was so beautiful that scene. So
Took
beautiful.
only 30 years, but finally.
But before we start breaking down, because I know for sure Robert will have an entire breakdown of the dungeon of Agatha. He'd be the whole symbolism. He probably gets all of that, where I'm like, the fuck is going on? Robert will be like, that symbol represents goat, it's air, and if you use that in that...
Love it.
Not dissing Robert, but he knows a ton.
I just don't know how to put it into context because my mind is like a squirrel. I can't help it.
Oh yeah, well, welcome to the club. Are they on cocaine? No, it's us normally.
I love it.
CLG Comics, what's up? Hello, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, we have, of course, Free Key Loowee in the house.
Yeah. I'm everywhere.
Of course, another supporter, the comic book G-Spot, is in the chat. Another royalty.
My queen.
Oh.
The squirrels are
Squirrels are set ready to go. Hello, everyone. I love you, baby.
Hello, Jeroen. Goedenavond, my fellow Dutchie. You guys know I'm probably all from Instagram for posting a lot of Junior Press Dutch comics as Jeroen, as you will probably think it's pronounced. Jeroen. So we got some Euros in the house.
Nice.
All right. So let's start with, of course, with a guest, I guess. Simone, like, what was something in this episode that really stood out for you that you're like, God damn, that part was amazeballs?
How about me?
Honestly, I think it was the scene on the bed with Vision was speaking to Wanda, and it was basically speaking about grief. And it was so beautiful. The quote that way, I can't remember the full thing that he said to her, but how he spoke to her about it, and it just talks about grief in a way that even each episode is so sad and so tragic, but it messes with your mind because you kind of understand everything that they've both been through, but especially her. If that made any sense.
Yes, it did because it put tears in my eyes.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No.
It was really beautiful,
Right.
especially when it's someone from the outside and he has no emotions at all, but he tries to understand and using difficult words. I have no fucking idea what he was saying, but I felt it.
Almost human. Trying to feel that human feeling.
There's so many good things from this episode. I can't pick one. That's why I give it a 9. I loved a lot of things. I think it's like one of the coolest origin things for any Marvel character. Like you really get to see just everything she went through. But when they finally said Scarlet Witch, I was like, yay!
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let me see if I can blow you up.
Yeah, baby.
Look at that babe,
Hey,
that
come
queen.
He doesn't need that many clothes. Good.
I'm only learning.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one I need. I really need that one.
Yeah.
We all need that one.
Right?
So beautiful.
Yes, I have it on my wall there as the Marvel's Deadpool with all the text on it. Because when I saw it, I was like, I don't care what book it is, I need it.
I'm getting a Deadpool one. Yes. Good choice.
Kind of weird that way, but the cover's cool. Anyway.
Gabby.
Yeah, I want to hear Gabby. Gabby, did you get all? Okay, what Simone just said, did you get that in writing? Because you're good at that. Did you get those notes written down? Of what he said? Of what Vision said?
No, not.
Oh, I wrote it down. Damn it.
I should have.
I'll search it.
It was excellent. I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
So many good parts. I think like one really awesome scene, and I think a lot of people would agree, is when she ended up going back to when she was at Hydra, and they had her like trying to interact with the scepter, the Mind Stone, and like that whole scene was just mind blowing.
Awesome.
I was like,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yes.
How the Scarlet Witch came flying to her like, hello, darling, I am here for you.
I'm a Sokovian fortune teller.
At first, everybody was like, "Is it Mephisto? It has horns." Oh no, wait, it's a female.
Either way, it was cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Roberto, what was the scene that you were like, that makes it a 10?
That makes it a 10?
Yeah.
Oh my God, a lot of good things about it. Well, first of all, especially what Simone just said, that was one when I actually watched that twice and literally like, oh man, because I was getting what he was talking about. And I mean, that was one of my favorite scenes. Of course, the dungeon scene was another favorite of mine where she's showing her the power and why she can't. I knew right away what was going on with the symbolism there because I know all that. I knew why she couldn't move, and it was frustrating me. And then my favorite scene, I guess my favorite scene that made it a 10 for me is not a lot of people know who Agatha really is. They know her. She's an ancient. She's a head witch, of her coven. The two characters in this between her and Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch uses chaos magic. Chaos magic can be very, very unpredictable, and it is. And Agatha, on the other hand, she's already put her whole soul into the dark magic. So creature conjuring, all the things that she was showing there. She's showing her power, showing what she has. She's a very powerful, somebody you don't want to mess with, and she drinks. You've seen it. You've seen how her creation was. She basically kills her mother, drains everybody's energy, takes all their life force from them. And that's coming from the other dimension. Remember, we have Doctor Strange coming, guys. There is going to be a lot that's being untold right now. Okay, I'll stop right there.
Well, for me, it was when they went back as her as a kid in Sokovia, because that kind of reminded me of me growing up, but watching all these sitcoms, and I was like, oh, because I love I love Lucy and the Dick Van Dyke Show. That's the shit I watch still to this day.
Yeah, I did
like
too.
Deep Martin and all that stuff. Like, I think that's so amazing, and it just reminds me of back in the day, because I think that's also like a generation thing, growing up with Full House and the Bill Cosby Show, and yeah, I'm showing my age. Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
That for me was just, that's like what's supposed to be like a happy memory, because that was her learning English and happy family moment, and then suddenly it is ruined by what we heard before. But yes, we were waiting for that stark bomb to go off, and then it's there, and then it's so amazing. That was like one of my favorite moments, along with the end where Agatha presents the Scarlet Witch, where she just, it's like hanging there like a queen with the kids like a dog on a leash. Oh yes, your kids. You have no idea how dangerous you are. Yeah, but it's just so cool. But then I wonder, who is, as she called it, Fietro? Like, who exactly is that? But also that heartbreaking scene where she goes, after she noticed that she couldn't sense Vision, like, I don't feel you anymore, she goes into Westview, and that was the house that she wanted to grow old in. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anybody with a human heart can get that. It's like, oh.
This entire episode was just so emotional. I just wanted to cry for her.
Well, that's the thing. They make you really, that's Marvel's good at that as well. They make you feel for that character, care about that character, and the cool thing is too is they're giving the fan base that knows who she is a lot of love, I think, as well, which a lot of people don't realize, which is cool.
Yeah, but I think they should do this for more like the quote unquote people that are considered villains, because all of them are like traumatized. You have Magneto who's traumatized, and so many characters out there, and I think that a lot of people don't really get the understanding. So you're just like mind controlled, like that is a bad person, therefore he is bad. But as we all like say, like Magneto is king, or Magneto. And Freaky Louie would be like, "Oh, behave." But of course, Robert teased us already with this so-called information that he knows, the insider information. What is going on in the dungeon?
Okay. Okay, hold on. We got what was it? Oh, Miss G said something in the chat. Sorry, I was looking at your chat.
Oh,
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, because mine is late, so each week for yes. Which is also very old school. Like, I know that a lot of people also from my generation are like, oh, I wish they would just like release it in its entirety. And I'm like, yeah, but this is like old school, you know, you wait. And it's streaming, so you don't have to stay home or put the recording of the VCR that it records just in time.
All the commercials.
Yes.
No commercials. Commercials, then it would be an hour.
then they would have an hour episode that they promised us. Ooh. Let's hope the next week is 5 hours, as Simone said earlier.
Give us a movie.
Yeah, here's the thing we have to think about, and I get it. We have to remember this is Disney, okay? So we have to kind of like, we're not born yesterday. We know these characters. We know what to expect or what to see or what's going to happen. But like I always keep saying, like what they did, especially at the end of this, which was awesome, very cool. You see White Vision, you see the android part of him, the weaponized version of him. I knew that was coming because it was so blatantly obvious 3 episodes ago when you see the parts. I also had a nice notion of as well that she did not take his body.
Yeah.
That's the thing that really bothered me when they showed that. I was like, see, I knew it. All she wanted is some solace and peace, So that guy also changed his name when he was meeting Wanda for the first time. When she came in, and remember, she goes, "I got it." And she just opened the doors. She goes back to see what's his name, Gabby?
Hayward.
The guy in the suit.
Hayward.
What was it?
Hayward.
All in the quiet.
The mastermind behind all this. And if you notice, he changes what his status is to Wanda, because when he goes and sees, when you see the very beginning of the show and you see Monica Rambeau, he introduces himself as the director. He changed his tone there. So you knew there was something that was already up. Did you catch that, Gabby?
Now that you say that, it like
when she walked in when she walked up to the counter and sees the security, he goes, "Well, we'll let you in," and then he sees her on the camera. "I'll just let her in," and she goes in, just, "I got it," and just walks through, and you can see how furious she is and sad she is. And she walks in there, and the director meets her for the first time, or meets her not the first time, whatever. His status is different compared to when he sees Monica Rambeau. He's basically supposed to be the head chief or whatever.
Yeah.
So there was a big difference there. There's all these little subtleties that they've thrown in here, and a lot of people seen Easter eggs, and I think they made that fun. Whether they're true or they're coming to fruition, we don't know. It's like, what we do know is it's going to be going into Doctor Strange and our multiverse. This is going to be a big moment here. Everybody is doing a lot of speculation, and the speculation thing is fun, but most of the majority out there are doing only the speculation for selling comic books. Sorry, I'm just not.
They're all buying the West Coast Avenger books now. Like, oh, but all have been fine. I got 60 books.
That one with White Vision, it's gone up to $175. You could have bought that like $1 like a month ago. It was stupid. It's just stupid dumb. They even never read that book. They don't even know what the story's about. That's frustrating. That's what makes me so sad. It's all about this. I'm really excited. Laura's got almost the whole. They're supposed to come out with the children, and they're supposed to come out with Monica Rambeau, and they're supposed to come out with
Pietro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're supposed to come
But
out.
we also need Agatha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
A big one with purple lights. So that could cover the entire wall.
Sorry, I went all over the place there, but I think you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. I'll let somebody else talk. I don't want to talk too much.
Oh, because it's very interesting, how you pointed out, because she was feeling it with his powers. So obviously something must have happened, I guess, in a way that because he is tracking the vision like inside Westview.
Right.
And then he saw a vision coming out. So there must be something that, I don't know, maybe I'm just so dumb, or it will be revealed.
What's interesting, I don't know if you guys went back and watched Doctor Strange. I'm going to rewatch that again tonight with the honey because I want to show her some stuff in it. There's a lot of stuff in there that involves in this part of the story that we're watching with WandaVision that you got to really pay attention to, like the Secret Library, Cathan, and a bunch of stuff there. So this is going in to the next phase. We already know, we can pretty much predict, and on a good sense note here, what's going to happen with White Vision and Vision himself. There's one of two possibilities. They're going to fight, they're going to die, and she's going to let it rest, let it die there and go be heartbroken one more time, or they're going to fuse and melt together and be one. Okay, and we'll still.
That's what I think they'll do. That's what I think they'll do.
Still have Vision. So that is, it's going to be an epic fight scene. Blah blah blah. Everybody's going to be like, oh, but we're at characters. We're looking at these. Here's what's so fun about this geekiness. These are made up stories. These are fantasy stories. This isn't even real life. It's
That's
so
what's
fun.
great about it, because at the minute, her life is crap. So let's just all watch this wonderful show.
Yes.
Oh, that is
So it's nice
amazing.
to know Mutant's life is crap too.
But look at this. We're all enjoying this and we're loving this. This is what it's about. Boom.
Yeah, but as Robert said, it can go two ways, because Monica did say in the last or the previous episode, it's about Vision. You have to stop it, whatever. So yeah, there might be also either that is going to be something very emotional that she's just going to kill off Vision for good.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theories are real.
I want to hear more from the three of you. I'll be quiet for a little bit and just ask a question. I'll be right here. I don't want to talk too much. To pause myself. Here we go.
I just can't believe that there's only one more episode left. One episode is not enough to answer the questions that I have.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
No.
And has to
Unless
be
it's 5 hours.
long. Has to be 5 hours long.
If you got questions, just come to me and I'll answer them as best as I can for you. Okay?
Yeah.
You got it.
Oh yeah, this is going to be next week is going to be so interesting. So if anybody wants to return next week, you're always welcome. So what about you, Freaky Loowee?
I have so many things. So I think Agatha, when she first started talking to her, she's like, "Where are my children?" She's like, "Where are my children?" I love that line so much. I don't know why. Her mocking her was like so funny. He's like, man. And I don't think she's a bad guy. I don't think Agatha's bad. I don't think the agent Hayward, I don't think he's bad. I think he's just a SHIELD guy. And he said a line in the first episode. He's like, you don't know what we had to do for the past 5 years when all the heroes were gone. Who knows what they had to do to, take care of the rest of the world. And that's why SWORD was formed. So I have so many theories that it's all just the beginning of next season. I think they're really just setting up the second season, which is so much. And I think the surprise guest might be Magneto. I think your boy, Sana, he's gonna pop up in there. So there's my biggest hint is the Bova milk. So in the real storyline, G-Man knows Bova was the one that told Magneto that he had children, who they were, and he went flying to go get them. He's like, I need to get my children. And that's this awesome storyline right here. I knew Jimmy would love it. So in this storyline, he comes, he's like, well, I must meet my children. He stops being a villain. He's like, this is my grandchildren here. So really relevant revelations. So he finds out that that's his kids. He finds out that the Bova, yeah, my man. Yeah, that's the birth for their kids there. But yes. Yeah, he goes, he knows. Yeah. That's it, baby. So
Oh, behave.
I believe that. I think it's gonna be House of M, but it'll be Wanda in charge instead of Magneto this time. And she is gonna create her own little, like, this is our space, because she wants to keep her kids. That's the only way she can keep her kids. And that might be a multiverse thing where they just kind of, well, that's Wanda's universe. You don't mess with that part of her world or the hexagon. So I really think, like, it's not what we've seen. Marvel has been punking us every week with things we think we know. We have no idea because they're like, no, it's actually different. Every week. That's why he threw Peter Evans at us to be like, oh, X-Men. Like, no, just kidding. So
it's like MTV Diaries, right? Like you think you know, but you have no idea.
Yeah, no. I love it. Taxi cab confessions. Yeah, I think we don't know really what's up, but there's no way we can wrap it up in one episode. Even if it's an hour, it's like there's no way you can wrap all this up in one episode. I will be impressed.
Very true.
Same.
So there.
I really need to see Magneto in this show. So I absolutely love Magneto. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and I like that.
It depends on who play Magneto. So is it going to be Ian McKellen as older Magneto? Are they going to recast him completely?
I think if they would do a fan service, they would bring in the older guy.
God, please.
Because that would just blow our cheeks apart, you know, like.
Yeah. You have to realize too, Magneto is down that path, and it's like I said to you guys off air. Okay, we've seen such a sadness with Scarlet. Also, look at Magneto. Look at his life. Look what he's been through. Look what's happened to him. And I wish I could get the words down. I should have looked them up. But Yoda said it the best when it came to Star Wars. And he said something about what is it? The path to the dark side is pain and suffering. You know, when Scarlet Witch started out, she was kind of like she was walking like kind of like the bad girl chick at first. She was kind of evil at first. And then all of a sudden she found her balance somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with look at Magneto. Same thing has happened with him. You know, he tried to have a life, tried, you know, and humans failed him every time.
Yes.
Oh, man.
True.
So again, it's funny how you're looking at a family. I wouldn't call it a curse, but the pain that they've endured throughout their lifetime. From Magneto to Wanda, you know, it's like, man, something's got to change here. And all I gotta say is,
Bunny.
now, but here we come, people. And remember what I said: Mother of all mothers, Queen Mother, is going to bring your X-Men into the fold. You'll be able to thank Scarlet Witch for the whole thing, guys. A woman. To top it off. Yes.
Yeah, baby.
Oh gosh. And what about you, Gabby?
Say hi to John. Just the Ricans in the house. No.
I just showed him, right? Or not?
I don't know. Rod, what's up?
Meteor. It's Alzheimer. Hello.
Okay, I'll be quiet now. Just things that are like. Sorry, I'm like a little girl, guys. I can't help it.
Every week it's like kindergarten. We're all bouncing. Like, oh, I want to go first. I want to go first. But I assume Gabby had taken notes. I haven't.
I want to hear, Gabby. Go. Shoot it, girl. Come on.
Okay, so
Fire at will.
this kind of goes back to my theory from like I think last week. Like when they were down in the dungeon under Agatha's house, you see Agatha talk to her rabbit. And so last week I said it could be her son, Nicholas Scratch, since she named him Senior Scratchy.
Yeah.
But it also, I was thinking more about like who Agatha is in the comics. And I know that she has a black cat that can like transform and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Just so you know.
The what?
They call them familiars.
Yeah. Her animal familiar. That's it. So it could also be her animal familiar that she talks to and stuff. So that's one thing I noticed.
Oh, it could be Mephisto or Nightmare. Or
that.
And then in the end, it's like nothing. All the specs were wrong.
Keep going, Gabby. Keep going.
So like when Agatha was restraining Wanda like in midair, she said, well, obviously she wants Wanda to reveal her true self, but she said Wanda would rather fall apart than face the truth, which is what this whole show has been about. Like Wanda, like going through all this grief, and like later, during that scene with Vision in the Avengers compound, like because I was thinking about like the 5 stages of grief and what all that is. So, like, the 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. So, I think there's some sort of connection with that in the show.
Gabby, awesome. Yeah.
I think the acceptance was.
She said that as a little girl when she was trying to turn the bomb off or put the probability hex on it. She says, like, by the end of the episode, you realize it was all a bad dream. It's not real. And that's exactly what you said. I think that's how they're pretty much saying what's going to happen for the next episode.
She's going to wake up.
WandaVision's over. Yeah. It's like, oh, wow.
These pills are too effective. There's been some serious lucid dreaming.
That's Dolof, man.
And the doctor says, yes, I know. But yeah, because there was a particular scene that you saw in trailers that she was like laying on something with all white around her, and I'm like, oh god, does that mean she's like gonna like snap out of like some psychiatrist area or something? I'm like, I had the worst dream ever.
Oh, I hope it doesn't end like that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Everybody will unsubscribe from Disney Plus. Like, fuck this shit.
I think it might end like that, actually. Maybe it'll end like that in Agatha, the Wicked Witch of the West. And it's like the whole thing is like, it's not really over. And that's the second season, maybe the intro. There can be so many things that mess with us. That's what this whole thing has been. Yeah.
Or the opposite could happen. Scarlet Witch would gain some of Agatha's powers.
Yeah. Maybe in a way, because just to help her fight maybe against Vision or whatever the fuck it is that will pop up. And that, like maybe Senor Scratchy will suddenly turn into like a Donnie Darko or something. I don't know.
I would run. Like, you win, Donnie.
And then you see, when Agatha's like putting her powers, like morphing into, what's her name? Wanda? Oh no, the Scarlet Witch. That she becomes old, like how we know her from the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That'll be something.
Also,
because it looks like she stole the youth of the other witches when they were kind of, and that's why she's been, and G-Man knows, that's why she's stayed young this whole time. She's able to regain people's life force or something.
Yep, that's exactly.
Yeah, that'd be.
Yeah,
I want to keep Agatha. I love Agatha. I think she's great.
that might, if Mephisto, any of those characters we've talked about show up, it will possibly show up in Doctor
in the teaser.
Yeah,
The after end credits.
I think it'll be the Doctor Strange movie, possibly, but we don't know that. We already have seen Cthulhu, so we've already seen that creature. We've already seen that in the movies. You know, that's
Dormammu.
Yeah. And the other thing too that's interesting is getting back. You were just talking about it. I just went total squirrel. Keep going, guys.
We need to refresh Robert's memory.
Well, speaking of memory, I think Shuri might be the key for Vision's old memories.
There you go.
I think she did something while she was in Wakanda. And she had 5 years. I don't know if she was dusted. I can't remember. I know she came through the portal with Wakanda, but I can't remember if she was dusted or not. But she did come to the portal with T'Challa.
Check that out. But that's what I'm saying too. That's what I was going to get at. Exactly what you said, Louis. Excellent. That's what I was trying to get at.
I love Shuri.
That's a point, because the other lady next to Black Panther and Shuri, she wasn't dusted, but she was there with them.
Yeah, right. So that's the thing. I don't know if they were, and it's been 5 years. We don't know what they did for 5 years. Anything could happen. Anything. Exactly. So that's cool. They can go back with it and do anything. Young Avengers, anything.
And the whole thing with this, Vision thing that we're seeing happening with the two of them. Okay, absorption, whatever may happen. You have to remember Wakanda has the tech. She scanned that entire thing, but before Thanos did all this thing, she's got that tech. They were way ahead of the rest of the world. Wakanda, they had their own private city, their own private tech. You think about that for a moment. So he could always come back. He could also, never disappear as well. But it's still there. I just don't want to see. Everybody keeps talking about Ultron. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I don't want to say him.
Let's put that to bed.
Like he's done with.
Let's put that to bed, people. Come on.
The Mandarin. You will never see me coming.
Yeah, I love him. I'm just an actor, man. I love it.
He's good.
But you got magic on autopilot. What are you doing? I love Harkness. All her lines are great. I hate that,
yes.
And then she did say something that might be a clue too, when she said it's like only the witch who cast the runes can use her magic within those in that thing. So maybe Wanda can do it with her hexagon. She might be the only one. Whoever comes through is like, this is my hexagon.
There you go.
I do my homework.
Yes. What I was trying to, I think I might have mentioned it last week, but if you look at her world, it's a whole hexagon. If you look at the top, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, speculation, no speculation, whatever walks through that barrier that's human, its DNA is being transformed. Plain and simple. Everybody that's gone through there. What I'm excited to see is what is going to happen with our nerdy scientist lady with the glasses.
Darcy.
Yeah.
Darcy is awesome.
We need to keep
So
her
what's she
more.
gonna do? And who is the missing person?
Oh yeah.
Who did Agent Wu come back for,
It's awesome.
Who is it? Oh, it was actually the vibranium that, Wanda wanted to bury on the ground. Well.
That's
and also excited to see, what powers Monica will bring, especially because, everybody will assumes, I guess, that there will be like a big showdown. So what will happen? Nobody knows.
Cooper's gonna snoop.
A lot of people are excited because they think Blue Marvel somewhere down the line. Blue Marvel's another character everybody's losing their mind over as well.
I'm just losing my mind over the Al Pacino rumors. If by the way, people, if Al Pacino appears next week, I won't be here. I'll probably be in some hospital. I'm like,
You'll be dead.
Because then we get Angelina Jolie and Al Pacino.
Yeah, that's a devil's advocate, baby.
Yeah. Like him just entering going, hoo-ha.
Yeah,
Set of a woman.
it was me the whole time. I love it.
Exactly that voice. I always said
think
it.
a big person too is Baron Mordo, because at the end of Doctor Strange, he was like, I need to find everybody who has magic because he wants to absorb their magic. So, and he might be working with Dormammu, baby.
Oh,
So yeah.
Good
I think
point.
that's why I think the purple color on Agatha reminds me of Dormammu's face kind of color. I don't know if it's his because eyes are purple too. I think Dormammu's eyes, if I remember correctly. He's like, I've come to make a deal or whatever. And he kept rewinding time on him. He locked him in that, I forget, time warp.
everybody's gonna rewatch.
Yes, you gotta go.
Strange.
That's strange. It makes you want to watch it again. It's like, it was actually kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I think he's going to be, because I can't say his name, Chiwetel Ejiofor, the actor who played Dormammu, because he might be the actor that Vision wants to play, because that was another thing that Vision, or the actor's like, I can't wait to act with this guy, because I always wanted to be something with him, and it might be that British actor that played Dormammu, or Baron Mordo. So that it's so many little tiny clues they want to give us. Yeah, so you have to do a lot of homework, and it'll all be all for nothing. It's like, never mind, we were just kidding. It's just for Loki's show.
Yeah.
There's no Godfather. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Mephisto. I love it.
I always said it. Keep your friends close, but the witch is closer.
Yes. Yeah.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back.
Love it. I love it.
Woo.
It seems so short. It's like, okay, well, last episode next week is going to be an exciting. Oh,
Or not. We're just like so disappointed. Like
It might be
it wasn't even an ending. Like what was that? Another flashback.
2024. We'll let you know.
Or it should end on a cliffhanger.
Right?
Yeah, it could end in a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange,
But
number
then
2, The
after-
Multiverse of Madness,
after
2025.
Yeah. Obvious now. But after WandaVision, then there's Falcon and Winter Soldier and Loki to look forward to. And
Yeah.
apparently it all, I mean, because it's Marvel, so it'll all tie in.
mhm.
Yeah.
So you never know. Because I
Yeah,
think
like-
Wanda is messing with the reality. With Loki, he's messing with the timelines. So it's all gonna be
It sounds
amazing.
good, baby,
Billy
baby.
and Simone, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Awesome, Simone. Yes.
It is.
Yes. Oh,
We need some serious mischief from Loki.
Oh, I can't wait. Hiddleston rules.
I'm
Yes,
so
he's really
glad
good.
as well that they decided to bring him back, because I remember watching, was it Infinity War? Oh, and when he died, I literally stood up in the cinemas and everyone was like, whoa, was she all right? I'm like, you just killed my boy Loki.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Oh,
I was
Rough.
like 5 minutes into the film and you just killed Loki.
yeah.
That's no.
No.
You don't do that. No. You don't kill Loki easily like that.
Yes.
So yeah, he's back in June, I think. Is it Loki's coming out in June?
Yeah.
mhm.
So it all
Plus,
goes-
you know, he is a fan favorite. I mean, when people talk about Thor, they usually always go back to Loki because he basically stole the show. Like, at least for me as well, you know, like in the first one, it's his mischief. And in the second one, when he's all depressed. So, yeah, he could be a soulmate for Wanda in that sense because everything for him was taken away as well. And here we go again, right? We will some therapy sessions with Loki. But then in Ragnarok, you know, how he's such a awesome
Yes. Oh yeah.
and then they like killed him off and like the first 5 minutes of Infinity War, it's like, okay, it's gonna be like that.
I love how he still had the stone, and he's like, "You really are the worst, brother." It's like, so great. till the end. He's still Loki. I love it.
Yep. True family right there. You could tell.
Yeah,
Whether he
it's
was
great.
messed up or not, it was still his brother.
So Gabby, do you have like notes that you're like, hello, we didn't go through that yet?
That's what I was waiting for.
Another thing, like at the end, like when we see Agatha like floating in the air with the holding on to the kids, like I loved how she looked there. Like it reminded me of how she looks in the comics, despite like her not having gray hair. But
Yes.
I love that. I was like, she looks so cool.
Yeah. Like a gangster goddess, you know, like all those look like 20 years ago, with like pit bulls.
Yeah, this was awesome. And it's rough holding kids by the neck on something on Disney. I was like, wow, they're doing this. Like I was impressed.
Yeah. But also when they drained, the first few witches in the beginning, you basically saw them all, like, oh, these girls need some day cream, type of face. I was like, okay, we're going there. This is good. I mean, they say Doctor Strange can be horror, so okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, heck yes.
Yep.
Let's see.
A wizard.
When is Dr. Doom gonna come?
Yes.
Come on, Dr. Doom, baby.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, that cover is beautiful.
That was wonderful.
Ooh,
I love Jim Choong. He's like one of my favorite artists. Just incredible.
So cool.
And son, I told you that she was shacking with Dr. Doom when they were looking for her. Her kids were looking for her, and she was with Dr.
sorry.
Doom the whole time. Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, plus
So he
Dr.
was helping
Doom's
her. He was
mother
fighting her.
also is a witch, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's another awesome one there.
Oh.
Billy, isn't it great? I love it. Now you know who that is there.
Oh yeah.
Miss Bestu, baby.
Oh, behave.
I'll do uno más. That's some young Avengers. Who knows what they might pop up?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, Children's Crusade was awesome. I love the Children's Crusade. That was one of my favorite things of their storylines. And it really got me into all of it. It was awesome, possum.
Wasn't also Nova on the other cover, or probably Kid Nova?
Oh yeah, he was part of I think he was part of their thing. Maybe not.
I'm dumb. I don't understand what this
Don't worry
means.
about it. Continue.
And this show has made me pick up so many comic books now. I was like, dang it, what have you done to me? I love these characters.
Same.
Anytime I see Monica, I was like, we got to, people.
Yes.
Right? Is that freaking? I love the colors on this bad boy so much.
There
Just,
you go.
That's cool.
isn't that great? Oh, and I think my favorite Monica one for sure. Look at this bad boy.
Ooh,
Right?
nice.
Incredible. I can't believe I find them still. Like, people aren't going for these everywhere. It's like that poor white Vision. He's like, I'm $150 now.
I always wanted that red cover-ish with Vision, and I saw it in the shop once, and I asked if the guy could keep it behind the counter, and I would pick it up when, payday. And he said, sure. But he gave it to someone else, the fucking bastard.
That's harsh, man.
Rude.
Come on, LCS.
I still have Google, so I can always print out the.
Yeah, that's it. Google click away.
I found this in the 5-cent bin.
Yeah, baby. I got 5 nickels.
I want a nickel back.
Yeah. Look at this photograph. You can't get me started on that.
Oh gosh. So Gabby, fire at will, because I see there's something burning inside of you. You're like,
I can see it. Go ahead, love.
Trying to go through my notes, see if I mean, we pretty much already talked about all the memory scenes. Like at the end, I really thought that for a minute that Wanda would like lash out at Agatha because she had her kids like restrained by the neck like that. Like she was so close. Like you could see it in her face. Like, you let go of my children.
Yeah, but I think also that Agatha is like slowly making her realize like everything that she has created is a fucking illusion. So, you know, like Agatha can just really just snap her out of her dream and just like absorb the kids or something like that, or make them disappear, I guess.
I think that's she wants that power. She wants that power. That's where I'm seeing this whole like, you know, stealing her energy thing. So she's absorbing her power.
Ah, yeah. Sorry. Knock, knock. Wakey, wakey.
Yes.
The same thing happens when I take off my makeup. You know, my true age is showing, and you know, I got all these duct tape like holding everything back, and I'm secretly 100 years old. I wish, by the way, because then I was like living in the 1930s, and everything was so awesome then. Be like Dean Martin's groupie, hanging out with the gangsters in New York.
Yeah. The Rat Pack.
Oh yes, let's go for some pizza.
I love how jealous Agatha is. She's like, you got all this power and you're doing it to make breakfast for dinner for your family. I was like, it's so funny. Like this Agatha's great. All her lines are killer. Like, I love her.
Yes, like the accent, it comes and goes.
Yeah, it really comes and goes. It's just great.
Yeah.
And you guys recognize remember the toaster commercial that was the Stark toaster? It was a red dot. I think it was the bomb that came, and that was her kind of going through that. Yeah, it was same light and same sound. Yeah, so all the commercials are just kind of representing all her trauma, which I guess you guys talked about before. But I was like, oh, that's the toaster, because that toaster was bugging the heck out of me. Like, why is it a toaster? So that was cool. There's so much to dissect with this. You got to go back now. I was like, we missed so many things we don't even know.
Probably, yeah. I think after next week, when the last episode, and we all watched it probably like 100 times, and we watched the entire series, because for sure next week, you know, it will be we're gonna recap the entire thing, and then we want to create like a WandaVision after party here on this stream. So if people want to join in, you can always join in. You two are both invited, of course. Yeah. If you want to come back, I'll probably just drop
like a WandaVision party.
Right, well, all the witches. So how about you, Simone? Did you like still like a scene that you're like, okay, bitches, like we have not talked about that scene?
No.
Or as you would say, you cunts.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't say the C word is offensive. But honestly, I was watching episode 8 and I was thinking, where is Peter? Or is it what's he called now?
Yeah.
X-Men. Yeah. He wasn't in the episode. So where is he?
But with Monica, maybe like a showdown between the two. Or maybe he dragged Monica somewhere that we will find out next week, and then she will unleash her true power.
I was wondering where he was. He wasn't in there. Like, he wasn't there.
Yeah, because Vision was heading there too. He floated out of the truck, and he was supposed to head to the house. He's like, what am I doing? I can just fly out of here. So he was heading there. Monica was there. There's so many people coming to the house. I don't know.
They're waiting inside the house with popcorn.
Yeah, I was like, we're waiting.
Yeah, they're just so waiting until she walks in and they go, surprise.
We're having tea over here.
Oh, dear.
But it's just like that whole Nexus drop commercial as an example. Yeah. You know, all leading right into the Chaos Magic book, which was the Darkhold book. That whole thing there, it's like that all boiled on. There's all those little things that lead it up to what we're seeing. which makes a lot of sense how they did it. I thought it was really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Robert, did you like maybe see like symbolism in there that you're like in her dungeon that we probably haven't picked up on?
No, you guys pretty much picked it up. You've seen it all. No.
So I think in episode 9, we're 100% going to say, hey, Doctor Strange, he's going to be in that episode for sure.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really do think he'll be in it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah, because especially in that Spidey movie, right? Because when Peter
Yeah.
Parker was asking like, "Where is Captain Marvel? Where's this guy?" and then Doctor Strange like currently unavailable.
Do you find that not fascinating that MCU is finally getting Spider-Man?
Yes. Yeah, baby. Yeah, Gabby knows.
Get our
We love our
story.
Spidey.
Please stop with these inconsistencies of Peter Parker and Spider-Man. Not
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't like them. I love
You know, boom. Even got White Vision right there.
There you go.
That's
He's
it.
got $1 million book in his hat, yo.
Hey, come on, people.
Love it.
Look at it.
Resurrected Iron Man.
Yes.
Even Steve Rogers came back for this.
Yeah. Look at that. I was like, give me a helmet. I can't breathe. Even Thor needs a helmet. Like, wait a minute.
We don't want to age.
Oh man, none of that. Like, give me some Spidey. I love it. I wish that's the guy that they bring in. I doubt it, but it's still awesome.
Oh, Spidey.
Yeah, that'd be really, because they said that Spider-Man 3, the home worlds, it might be a connection to that, and that's why they get all the different Spider-Men. It might be through Wanda. So there's so much. Who knows, dude?
I hope
They
so.
don't know. They might just blow like everything apart inside of us next week. Who knows? Even if it's just like a 5-second cameo or like something on the wall that you see, like, oh, that's Toby or that's Magneto.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. What were you gonna say?
But she was just laughing.
How dare you?
But she's gonna say something. I haven't seen this. Even if the ending is a little disappointing or kind of like an obvious ending for the general public at form, you know they're gonna put some stuff in there for us fans. They're gonna just go gaga over, whether it's a snippet 30-second thing, so that they're gonna portray, they're gonna give us something, they're gonna feed us fans while also portraying to the newer generation of people. But regardless of everything, how it ends, good or bad, in my book, it's all good because I am just happy.
For a first series, they really did great. And I was talking about Simone, or to Simone, I should say, earlier. Like, if the award season starts for like series, like I think it's the Emmys or something like that, and WandaVision is nominated, I think they're going to snag all the awards, like best actors, best series, best written this.
Last week on Friday night at 1 a.m., their servers crashed. So many people wanted to see it. Give me a break.
Yeah.
That's how popular she's gotten. I've gotten people that have been messaging me on Instagram. J-Man, what about this book? Can I show you this book? I go, yeah, I'm looking at people's books and they're asking me story drops. I go, first, before you ask me a question, are you asking me because you want to know the worth of the book or you want to know the story? If you want to know the story, read the book. And then come back and tell me we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's how passionate I am about it. So it's like,
because before we started the whole WandaVision stream, Gabby and I did the WandaVision hype, and we were having this Scarlet Witch book. I think it's like 6 years old now, and everybody's now picking up those books. Like, that is like a book to have. And
out of those books, ladies, that you got, what series was that? The trades, the white cover trades.
Yeah, I think that was from like 5 years ago.
If you got it right there, because there is actually there's secret variants out there I did not know about, and it was a cool cover. I've never seen it before, and it was on those books. But like I said, whole other story drop, whole story arc. They all got a little something in there. Yeah.
Where's my husband?
There it is. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Great
Oh,
read.
that's the one that I want.
Yeah,
Let me look at
isn't it
that
great?
one.
You'll like that. You'll enjoy that very much.
Beautiful.
Really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of get the nuts and bolts about her. Which
The
is cool.
Witches Row, yeah. Also with Agatha, basically as a ghost or whatever it is that she is.
Love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, Gabby and I talked about it before the series started, so you heard it here first.
Yeah.
I might be talking about 90s toilet paper comics, but we do bring in some good we do have some things right.
Love it. 90s PP.
But the artwork for me is a bit meh, but the story is good.
Yep. That's what I said. You know, like I said, I always say that about books too. It's like, you know, they can blow out. I mean, it's like, give me a break, guys. Come on. You look at this artist, and it's on Marvel's Deadpool 13. That's where this art.
Adi Granov.
Nothing in there about these two characters.
Nope.
Excuse me. Really?
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, of course. That was a whole cover by, of course. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Deadpool. It had nothing to do with the characters. Oh.
Gabby.
I pulled a muscle watching that show yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I have a question for Gabby.
Ooh.
Are we gonna do Wanda and Vision cosplay this year, next year at MegaCons? I already got the Vision. I only need to paint my face red. I'm good to go, bro. I miss cons so much. I know. I know.
Oh.
I know. But I love your cosplay page. It's just incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's
yes.
very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've thought about doing a Scarlet Witch cosplay, but I don't know which version.
There's so much. The way she had that headdress in the show,
hello.
that headdress killed.
I
Love that.
It's my queen, the Scarlet Witch for Halloween. Oh,
Love it.
Oh, you
I
know,
mean,
you
I'm
just
sure it'll
go.
happen at some point.
Oh yeah, that's great. Oh, no. Love it. Love
I
it.
will probably go as this, you know, so I can go the old style.
Yes. So, some
Sweet.
great things. Let's do it.
I'm sure it'll happen at some point. I just don't know when.
I know. But
Oh, but
soon.
Simi, do you have like art like nearby that you want to show off?
Yeah,
Because you did some really great WandaVision art, I know, or any other
I love
art.
that Monica
I
one.
have a couple of Marvel stuff. So
Flora.
this is the one that I done this morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
nice.
apologize about the lighting. My light crap. Oh,
Not for sale.
Oh god, that's cool.
That is
they're all
awesome.
the same.
Yeah,
That's really
that's
good.
awesome.
I do want to Peter.
You got the
I
eye.
call him Peter because he's, for me, he's the X-Men Quicksilver. So
Yeah.
he will always call Peter.
Look at that.
I love it.
That's
Love it.
amazing.
Yeah, some
Perfect.
mixtures. There's Wanda in a Halloween.
Yeah.
That's
like it.
Beautiful.
fantastic.
Just beautiful.
Yes.
I apologize if you can't see them properly.
Well, then people can go to your Instagram.
Yeah, the Instagram, you can see it all. That's just awesome, pasta.
Awesome.
Oh
With a
man.
paintbrush. I can't believe it.
And then Thor from Endgame.
Ooh, nice.
That light is doing my Go away, light. And then Loki.
I actually watched you do those.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love it.
Okay.
What did you expect? I
Awesome.
love it.
Yeah, that's a couple of my Marvel ones. I have so much planned. There's loads and loads that I want to paint. But
Excellent.
it's just eventually I'll get to them. But there's loads.
Beautiful.
I'm just curious, Simone, are any of these like, you know, up for the public to buy?
Yeah. They're all for sale. So
All of them.
if anybody would like, thank you.
Yeah.
If anybody would like a print of, I mean, I don't just paint Marvel. I pretty much paint anything.
I watched you do the
And
Thor.
so,
on your thing.
what's
I
that?
watched you do that show. I watched you on your where you did Thor.
The
You
frog.
did
Oh,
stuff.
cool.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I do my best.
Yeah, but it's clearly visible who
Yeah,
it
it
is, you
shows.
know. And if you can already do that, I mean, I can only do like half a face because I cannot get the two eyes, you know. It just doesn't work out. Just like, okay, let's just put a line.
It's
Let's
amazing
just
to
turn
see
it
the
into an
possibility.
Illuminati person. She's hiding behind the wall because she's mysterious. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And if anybody, you know, Simone I have all the links in the description box below for her YouTube and Instagram. So
Yeah.
go give her a follow and subscribe to her channel. She is awesome. She's
Yeah.
also really into manga and anime. So
I'm going to add you to the
There you
list of
go.
my artists down below on all my previous new shows that come out. You'll be added on the list for artists to go look up with your website. and all
Oh,
that.
thank you.
Very
Thank you.
cool.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah,
Gotta
that's nice.
support the community. Come on, guys.
Come on.
I'm definitely getting some prints. Yeah.
like you could already tell by the way he was breathing with so like you know, like, oh, I need that. Like you
Yeah,
could already
right.
envision it where it was gonna hang.
It
Yep.
was cool.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I gotta ask Gabby, are there still notes that you want to go through? Because I know that you probably have a list and we keep like going off because we're so excited.
I mean, from
Just
what I
hyper.
saw, like, I think we pretty much covered everything that I got. So I don't really have anything else.
Well, guys, what? Okay, we all have a different, you know, mental thinking about this show. How about this? Each one of you, what is your like favorite? What are you hoping for? What are you wanting out of this show at the end? What are you looking at? You see what I'm saying? It's kind of an all multi question, but you know where I'm getting at.
So let's start with you, Robert, so we can all think.
I've already said a lot. I've said a lot of pretty much everything during the show, but I'm curious with your guests. I'm really curious.
Ooh. Well, then
Who wants to
I
go
will go
first?
first. I will go first, so you can think. I really just. I mean, of course, everybody's like thinking of characters to show up, and of course, I really hope for like cameos that are just gonna make me like scream a bit. And of course, I hope it will be Al Pacino. But you know, a girl can only dream. But it's probably not gonna happen. Especially, I hope it does because I really hope that Al Pacino will have that one big final role, you know, before he like goes into the grave, so to say. I mean, not to talk bad, but he is, you know, getting really old. I mean, just like Clint Eastwood, you know, like it's just a matter of time before we hear Clint Eastwood has passed away. I mean, talk about traumatization, huh? Traumatized. How about Dirty Harry? I just hope that in a way that Agatha will teach Wanda, even if it's like by spirit in future movies, or that we get like a whole like what's this called? The Witch's Road, that we get that type of series, and that we really get to understand all these different witchcrafts and stuff like that. I just hope that there will be such an awesome last battle that we're just all so psyched about, that we actually are hoping for, because you know there are still some scenes that we saw in the trailer in Westview that she's standing like this, so that something is going down, and I just really hope that will happen. And yeah, a few or maybe just one small cameo, if it's like either Magneto or just like a small hint, even if it's just like a shadow that I'm like, oh, that's him. Or you know, you see someone swinging by, or even if it's just Doctor Strange, you know, like with that song that he flies in, like I'm like, okay, here he is. Bringing his butterflies, stopping the water, you know, something, you know, it don't matter. I just really hope that with the last episode, because they have been teasing us so much, like we're gonna get like our episodes and stuff. So my kind of anticipation is high. So I just really hope that they will not disappoint me in just a tiny way near the end, because even this episode, they could have done it as like a final episode, like after the showdown. But yeah, they choose to go this way. So yeah, I just hope that even if it's like Toby like walking in like
It's pizza time.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
So that's my 2
Maguire,
cents.
baby.
How about you, Louis?
Oh gosh, I had a hint when they first showed you the town of how sad Westview was. Like everybody was miserable, everything was destitute. I think I want to stay there, and the residents won't be under her cast anymore. They'll be like, we want to live here too, just get out of our head kind of thing. So I think it'll be like a safe zone for maybe magical creatures or people like that. And then for her to keep her family. I think that's the one way she can really keep her kids. And it's like it's protected, and there's a lot of different things they can do. But I really do think that Westview, there's more to it than we think. It might just be like almost like Xavier, hiding out in the mansion, and nobody can really see it for the most part. I think it's kind of like a mini X-Men mansion style something. So I think there's a lot to it, and I think this is really just all setting up season 2. Season 2 is the one we're really like we're going to be geared up for that. And which I didn't think they would do a season 2. You would think it's just one and done, but this is so good.
Yeah,
How do they not do it? Like, how do they not? They have to. Like, we love it. We're all here for it. And every week we get to review a Marvel thing. I love that. I love that to death. It's not just months and months. That's awesome. And they do so much fan service. So I really do believe it's going to be a happier and Marvel style ending. It'll be like comic. It is like a comic book. The whole thing they've been doing is just exactly how they write out comic books. So
Look
I think
where they got all their source material from. Look
Yeah.
at they're seeing multiple things from all story arcs in this WandaVision, which is really cool. It's very creative on their department side. I love that.
Yeah, I really think it's going to be. It's not the end. She's going to defeat Agatha, or however. Cause I think Agatha might actually help her. I think she's not really bad. I really don't think Agatha's bad. She's just hilarious. So, yeah.
But wasn't it also in episode 4 that they said that Westview wasn't really a town, but yet here you saw her driving in Westview, where the cops were like, well, Westview doesn't exist. So is it like the early version of Krakoa or something like that?
Yeah. Yes.
She's Daddy's girl.
I love it. I have high hopes actually, and I think they'll give us something because she did say like a Skywalker type moment.
Right.
So I think there'll be something that nobody's going to be unhappy about. Right. And I think that's what it is, like a universal pleaser. I really do. But it might be just like they do last second, or even an after credit. Might even be that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows what they'll do? So, but I still have high hopes. So I think it'll be entertaining. I'll be surprised they can wrap it all up. Honestly, that's a lot to wrap up.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. So we should all think about it, and also people in the chat. Maybe we can do like a vote, like who you think might be the one cameo that's going to be like the Luke Skywalker effect. So we can all think about one character right now while we go through what you hope for the series, and people in the chat can leave maybe their vote, like who they hope the one cameo will be.
Go ahead, chat people.
All right, I'll say you want me to say it? You want us to say it? Each one of us?
Well, soon. We first still go what Simi hope and what Gabby hopes. I'm sorry, I'm brain farting completely.
I want to hear too. I want to hear their.
Yeah.
So what about you, Simi? What do you hope for the last episode?
I mean, I've said it, Magneto. If I don't see Magneto, I'll come back next week and I'll cry.
That's a deal.
I'll just be like,
even if he's there.
Yeah,
like, I really do hope for Magneto. I do believe that it could be possibly a bit too early to introduce more of the X-Men characters, but I do want the X-Men characters to be introduced to the MCU, because X-Men is amazing, and X-Men were the mutants and the characters that I loved about Marvel. That's what I as a child, that's what they were the first kind of Marvel things that I was into, that I loved. So it would be really good to see the X-Men characters in this show and in the MCU.
Yes.
So it's Magneto. It could be Charles Xavier, possibly. But I don't know. But I do think it'll be Doctor Strange. Which I'm happy about, but yeah. I mean, I've seen him plenty. I would like to see another character that I haven't seen.
Somebody new.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Somebody new.
Angelina
Yeah.
Jolie, come in,
Yeah.
baby.
That's the Magneto.
What about you, Gabby? What are your expectations for the next and last episode?
Well, I think I agree with pretty much everyone in saying that I have high hopes that somebody big's gonna show up. We don't know who it is, but somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm just, it doesn't matter who it is. I'm just gonna freak out anyway. Even though I did kind of was hoping that Reed Richards would somehow show up as the aerospace engineer.
That'll be cool.
But oh well, his time will come. But I just hope that we get some answers to all these questions we have, and like I just want Wanda to have like a good ending to this, however it's gonna go, because I know she's not gonna want to leave that town without her kids, and because like you've seen throughout this entire series how much she cares about them. Like the first thing that she said when she went into Agatha's house, like, we're the twins.
Yep.
And she keeps asking Agatha, like, where are they? Like, and
that
like
whole disturbing scene, especially at the end there, she hears her kids screaming for her.
Mm-hmm. Like just that maternal instinct just kicked in like right away, and she was like just about to like fight Agatha like to save her kids. And like we see in House of M, like how desperate she is to get her kids back, and how much she like freaks out because they're not real. And it's just it's gonna be mind-blowing. I just have a feeling.
Everybody notice the common theme. What are we seeing? Family. And what is the most powerful thing in the universe? Love.
Yeah, baby.
And a good mama.
Don't screw with Mama Bear. No.
If you don't have a good mom, that's usually, where it all goes down to shit. And may mine rest in peace.
That was so fun. This was so much fun.
All right, so about the characters, right? Robert, let's start with you now. Because, or do you still have like something to add? What you want to see next week?
I am already predicting that it definitely is probably going to be Doctor Strange, because that's what they're pushing for. It will be a Doctor Strange cameo somewhere in there in the end. I can almost see that happening. It just makes sense. Now, I'm going to be ecstatic with a big surprise if it's something totally on the other end of the spectrum. What we're all waiting for. You know what I mean? But yeah.
The fanboys in the house. Hello.
Right.
What about you, Loowee? Like, what is that one character that you secretly hope will show up next week?
There's so many. You had me at Bully Maguire so much. I would love to see Bully Maguire.
Maguire.
But what's funny, what I actually thought about this as you guys were talking about it, but I think America Chavez would make sense, because she has the power of going through different portals. She can open portals to any place. So if Wanda needs to escape with her kids somewhere where they can kind of live together, that might be something. But fans have no idea who she is. They only know her power. They don't know who casted. So it's not really a thing. But I think it would make sense. And I would like it. Like, yes, America. But nobody knows about her enough. That's a weird thing that would just be out of left field. They would do that as.
But Marvel likes to do that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Or we get Miss Marvel walking in, like, hey,
Yeah.
I got my
I was
superpower.
literally going to say that. I was literally just going to
Oh.
say,
Yeah.
it read my mind. I was like, it could be Miss Marvel just walking on in, like, what's up?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. that was where Simone and I were talking about it before. We were like, yeah, but what if like Carol Danvers walks in? Like, that would be in a way disappointing. Really, like a battle between her and Monica. Like, hey, we thought it was all about WandaVision. What about you, Gabby?
I'm just gonna say Magneto.
Safe bet.
Yeah. Same for me, because it's supposed to allegedly, but then again, Disney also said like hour-long episodes. Like altogether, it will be like an hour long. Of course, I hope it's either going to be Magneto or Xavier. But I also secretly hope that will be like a whole new character that will get you like really excited. Like, what the actual fuck? That will be like the intro towards Doctor Strange, and that still Doctor Strange will show up, but still like, I mean, who? Like suddenly like a pits of hell, and then like Al Pacino comes out. No, that's me with like what do you call it? The whole fan fiction. But it would be cool, like an entire new character that just leaves you curious, even if it's just like as a teaser, and you're like, what? And then Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness coming to you in 2030.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
That's how it feels.
No.
I like
Can't wait that
Fassbender
long.
as Magneto. I think Fassbender was great. I think I would love to see him come back. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Both versions were.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, both. Yeah, I'm happy.
My
with
dear
either.
boy, is that your whole body covered in that precious metal? Love him. Love him to death.
Especially when he's like trying to hold back the helicopter, like he's like sitting on the toilet, like.
Like it makes his power stronger when he does that. He's like,
focus.
I love it.
And then the other Game of the Thrones queen is like, like, okay, that's some method acting right there. Like,
Yeah.
This guy's getting hemorrhoids over here.
Some serious diarrhea, actually.
That would be cool. That would be very cool. That's another possibility too. Monica fully powered up. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Probably, as the fight against the Fietro, maybe, because you don't know who that is. Maybe that will be the secret person or something, or the missing person, or whatever it is. Like you see it maybe transform into what it really is, and then you get to see what it's connected to with Agatha and.
Right.
Fuck knows, right?
It's so much fun, you guys. Oh my God, this is awesome.
So next week will be the final episode. What?
It's not long enough.
Right? The final episode. It's kind of like weird. Like it's only 7 weeks now, that we're totally into this, but I like what Marvel is doing. Of course, this was like a big gamble, because I think everybody, when we heard like, oh, the series going, like, serious, you're gonna turn this into shit series, probably gonna be shit because we're traumatized by the Inhumans, and
we are.
You're like, oh god, that's not gonna end up good, eh? But so far this is really good, and also I like what I've seen so far of the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It seems like humor and action packed, so that's going to be awesome. So
Yeah.
next week, she's excited. She's already thinking of paintings.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so cool.
I want to see Bucky do some comedy. I don't think he gets to do enough comedy, so it should be really fun for him to do that. Yeah.
Like,
The old
some of the
man.
one-liners in the movies have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
just
when
love-
with Agent 13, right? When he was like kissing Captain America and they were both like sitting in the truck,
Yeah.
like,
That was the best. Love it. You couldn't do that
Sorry,
before. It's
Simone.
like, I hate you.
I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I just love that. What's he called? Falcon? Is it Sam? Sam and Huggy are both getting therapy, and I'm like, it's Wanda that needs the therapy. You
Yeah.
don't need therapy no more. Wanda needs it.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it's just so funny.
Love it. Doing a staring
funny.
contest. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Just blink.
Like all the things.
All right, so we have our predictions. The only thing we can do is cry next week when it starts. Every time that MCU intro starts, it just gives me life. I'm like, oh my god, I need this played on my funeral because when I go down. So both of you, I'm not sure about Louis because I know that this week it was like your available weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining, of course.
Thank you guys
But,
for having me. It was really
Oh, it's nice to meet
and of course, both of you, if you have time next week and you want to join like the WandaVision after party, because the idea is that we will start with the three of us, how we did it all the time, talk about the recap of the episode, and then the party starts that we just talk about it in its entire series and everybody can join in. Well, I can only have 6 people, but still, maybe if there are, well, I don't even know how many people would like to join, but if there are people that want to join, Simone, you're more than welcome to come back. It's awesome to have you on. It's an honor too that you popped your cherry of live stream with me. It's an honor. And of course,
is.
finally, Free Key Loowee, you Judas, finally you're here.
Yeah, baby.
For months, I've been telling you, come join my live stream.
Like, yeah,
All right, so don't get freaked out. I'm going to blow everyone up, as in on screen. Well, like the screen. And then you can tell what you've got
And
coming
bacon.
up and bacon. If you want to eat some bacon or something. So let's start with you, Louis. Like, is there
God.
something coming up on your channel? Let us know.
Yes. Gosh, so I just started a new thing on Wednesdays called Dollar Bin Wednesdays. So I just share all my fun dollar bin wins. And on Fridays, I do a Freaky Friday episode. So every Friday, I give away a Freaky comic. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and leave a comment, people. And we have a lot of fun over there. You guys just keep feeding into my delusions of grandeur, and I love it. So that's my weekly fun there.
I got 5 comics.
Yeah, she knows.
So thank you for joining and stick around. I'm just going to kick you off the stream right now, but stay.
No, it's going to
Stay.
kill me.
No!
I'm dying.
Oh, no, not me. Simone,
Come on, Simone.
what do you have coming up on your, do you have something coming up?
No, honestly, where my YouTube is concerned, I'm not too sure. I have a few videos planned out, but I'm mainly working on a load of paintings. So I'm gonna wait till after WandaVision final because I have loads of plans and loads of paintings that I want to do. So if anybody wants to check out my Instagram where all my artwork is, I appreciate it.
Oh, Robert is coming for you. He needs them redheads.
Anybody wants to look at my Instagram? Any of these? Any prints like these? Yeah.
All the links to her channel of YouTube and Instagram is in the description box below.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, Sonny. Show your art one more time. Show people your art. And they can get you on Instagram. There you go. Sorry, Shani. I'm sorry.
No. I was just saying the links to her Instagram and YouTube are in the description box below. So don't forget to
Look
Like,
at you guys.
scram.
Oh, that. Oh my goodness, you got her eyes down. Man, that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot planned. I'm going to wait till after the final episode. And if they do Magneto, I'm going to paint Magneto.
Oh. Magneto.
They have to show Magneto. Yeah, well, it's been lovely, so I appreciate all talking to you. It's lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much for joining.
No, thank you.
Stick around.
I will.
Hold on.
Oh, this was so much fun. You guys are awesome. Okay, real quick, if you don't know, Saturday midnights, Nerdy Collective show tonight. I have Conquistador, Silver Age Sunday. I have Hobby tonight. And if you come by, I also might play a little bit on his guitar, maybe play a little bit on his keyboard, and we'll talk comics. So come check us out at midnight tonight. Nerdy Collective show at midnight. It's different time zone everywhere. But come check us out. Thank you so much, Shani. All you guys on the panel tonight were excellent. And you, YouTube, like this video. Go check out those people. They're awesome. Check out our Instagram. Look at that art. My Queen G is in the chat saying, "Oh my God, that's awesome. Me too." Love you guys. Peace, love, blessed be. Awesome.
And grazie mille, Roberto.
As always, thank you all for joining us today. And I will be back next week with some more Twitch streams. And I have a few new ideas coming. I want to start doing some painting streams or art streams, and what else? I did just post a new YouTube video on doing a mystery box unboxing, so go check that out. And I also just recorded a few more videos to post on YouTube. I still have to edit them, but I'm just working on a bunch of new content right now, so just stay tuned.
Fuck yeah. So thank you everybody for joining and watching, and such an honor to have everybody on the show. And next week, the final episode of WandaVision. I am not ready, but I'm so ready for this. Keep in mind, first we will do the small episode recap like we've been doing the past few weeks, and then the after party starts. I think like after 45 minutes we're done with the episode review, or an hour, and then we can go on for like maybe 30-40 minutes for the little after party where everybody can talk, like all two people that are watching, about what they really love about the show. Until then, read your comics, watch your series, watch your movies, be yourself, you do you. And yeah, let's see where the fuck did I put the outro. Oh, here it is. So, ciao.